Coach, first question. Can you give your general feelings on camp thus far after the third practice?
Yeah, I'm real excited on how camp's been going. Like you said, it's just been 3 practices, and our first practice was primarily a lot of testing, seeing where our returners were at from last year. We always do a conditioning test too. So first day I was really pleased to see how hard everyone worked in the off season, and I was really happy to see how in shape our incoming class was. After our next 2 days, we started getting in a lot of introductions to what we're doing as far as our offenses, our defensive, all of our calls, all of our sets, and we're going at kind of 2 different speeds. One speed for our returners, because we've got such a large number of returners this year, and then kind of another speed with our big freshman class, so we can kind of bring them off slowly. But I'm really excited on how guys are picking up our system and moving from, last year moving forward a little bit more, and then kids coming from their high school program and forgetting everything they've been doing for 4 years and picking up a new system here at Lakeland.
Coach, today was the first practice with shoulder pads. We saw practice get physical at times. Can you talk about the inside run period?
Yeah, I tell you, I like it when we get a little bit physical. Sometimes coaches never think it's physical enough, and I've been harping on our guys. We just have our upper pads on, so no one goes to the ground, and go figure. We had a big hit the first play and knocked someone down, so I had to yell a little bit and say, hey, we got to stay up, but I turned around and smiled. But really like the physicality of our football team. It's something that we talk about from day one. We have to be tough. We have to be physical. And, there's an old saying, if you're going to bite, you're going to bite as a pup. And, I like to talk about that as far as with our team being tough, but it is, you either can hit or you don't. And, it was good to get the pads on. We can kind of separate guys a little bit, as far as who can hit, who can't. And, that may mean, someone goes from a safety to a corner, or, maybe from a corner to a safety and that type of things. But really like the physicality, and offensively, we picked up the tempo a little bit, and there's a little bit less of a learning curve with our with our returning offensive line, so they tend to be a little bit more physical out of the gate now because they're thinking less and reacting more. So I was really happy with that.
Coach, right over here, who are some of the new faces that are standing out early in camp?
Boy, new faces, that's kind of a tough question as far as, because we're just in the 3rd day, and today was the first day with pads, and just literally got off the field having a chance really to evaluate film from like inside run and some team segments. But I know just from walking around a little bit and talking with Coach Bruton, our defensive coordinator, as position groups go, we really like the speed and athleticism in our secondary right now. So as a group, we're really happy with those new kids, how well they move and change direction, and their ball skills in the secondary. And the linebackers, I'll tell you what, they're really vocal. They play downhill, they play fast, they're really physical. And we've got a couple nice defensive linemen over there too that can get to the quarterback and get some nice moves. And we can create them in some space, get them in some nice matchups. From an offensive standpoint, probably a couple steps behind just because of the cranial aspect of playing offense. The defense is a little bit more emotional, but we've got some young quarterbacks. We've got 4 freshman quarterbacks coming in this year, and I tell you what, they've all got great skills. They all need to fine-tune little things here and there, but really happy with where they're at after 3 days. Receiving core, we've got some guys that can run, catch the football, they catch it well in their hands. Really happy to see that. We've got some speed within our running backs. Traditionally, the last few years, we've had a lot of power in our running game. Maybe not guys that were track stars, so to speak, but real powerful runners. This year we got a good mix of that. We've got some kids that can get out there on the perimeter and run. We've got some nice power running backs too. Our offensive line, they're doing a good job, but they've got to come and develop as a group. We've got some nice athleticism. We just got to figure out, are they guards, are they tackles, are they centers right now? So we're kind of playing musical chairs a little bit with our freshmen on the offensive line, seeing where the best fit is for that group. But as a whole, I tell you what, I really like those guys too. And for the first time in a long time here, we've got some good tight ends. We've got 4 tight ends that we really like, and they're spaced out evenly amongst our program, with 1 senior, 1 junior, and 2 freshmen. So we've got some nice stability for the future at tight end. So really happy with all of our new guys.
Coach, you have a number of starters returning. How has the leadership been so far?
I think the leadership's been outstanding, and I talked to the team the first night when I was hired here at Lakeland College. That freshman class was kind of the incoming class, and they didn't know for a month or so who their head coach was going to be. So it's a testament to them that they stuck around, and obviously they've stuck around for 4 years too, and they're just doing a great job, coming off a nice year last year, and they got a nice taste in the playoffs. And they really, really want to have another great year. So they're doing a great job of making sure all the freshmen are working hard and getting where they need to be.
What should we expect to see from the Muskies at tomorrow's fourth practice?
Well, hopefully you expect to see fewer mistakes. You know, I saw a couple fumbles I wasn't happy with, a couple drop balls, and a couple broken plays on defense. But you know what? That's because of learning right now. And when guys tend to learn, and it's early in camp, you know, they get tired a little bit quicker because they're trying not to make mistakes. And hopefully we can just, you know, have better focus. And I think focus is going to take